The case for scientific recruitment is easily made. There are 3 stages in scientific recruitment: definition, search, and selection, and I'll describe these. But before I discuss this progression, let me talk about what underpins the scientific method. In scientific recruitment, the manager and consultant set out the sort of person wanted. The ideal person for a job can be characterised. These characteristics are in 4 forms: intelligence, personality, competence, and behaviour. Intelligence tells us how easily a person will learn a new job. It describes how they'll reason, how well they'll deal with ideas and concepts. Some jobs need more and others less of these characteristics. Personality determines how a person typically behaves and how they'll typically react in a particular situation, how they'll react emotionally, the sort of experiences they'll seek out, what their attitude is to life. People with particular personalities tend to thrive in particular jobs. Competencies are the things that people can do, what they understand, what they know, and all jobs require very specific competencies. Given the right intelligence and personality, of course, some competencies can be learned on the job. In others, the person must come fully loaded with specific skills and knowledge. And behaviour describes what a person typically does, like being proactive, cheerful, persevering, tenacious. Once the person sought has been characterised, the search to find people with those characteristics can begin. Now, unfortunately, it's impossible to search for somebody who is, for example, extrovert. It's impossible to key into a database extrovert and get a report of all extroversive candidates. But we can convert the 4 characteristics of intelligence, personality, behaviour, and competence into searchable attributes. For example, it's likely that an extrovert will play team games and has a job in which they interact with people. Someone with good GCSEs and good A-levels is likely to have higher intelligence than most. The manager and consultant must build the list of searchable attributes for whoever's doing the search. From the search, candidates are put forward and selection can begin. Selection is the stage when the 4 characteristics are measured. It's when evidence is gathered about which candidate meets the characteristics best. The person whose characteristics match best is likely to be the person who excels in the job. Intelligence is measured using a general mental ability test that assesses verbal, numerical, and abstract reasoning. Personality is determined using a personality inventory. Competencies and behaviours are assessed using work sample tests and carefully constructed interview questions. Work sample tests and interview questions are unique to each job, and they must be built for each selection and recruitment project. So let's return to the process. Scientific recruitment comprises 3 activities: definition, search, and selection. In the definition stage, the manager and consultant characterise the person who will excel. Then the search agent uses the derived list of search attributes to find likely candidates. And selection returns to the personal characteristics to build evidence in support of each candidate. The candidate selected is the person whose intelligence, personality, competence, and behaviour best meet the needs defined at the start. The case for using scientific recruitment is easily made. Firstly, by building the characteristics of the person needed, the manager is considering the sort of person who will fit best in the existing team. If someone with those characteristics is hired, success is most likely. They're most likely to stay in post, enjoy the job, and get along with their colleagues. Secondly, by targeting the search towards those who will likely have the required characteristics, CVs offered are those likely to fit the need. Time wasted in sifting unlikely CVs is reduced. Candidates offered are those with a good chance of success. And finally, Selection is rigorous, directed to select only for the desired characteristics. The result is an easy decision-making activity that evaluates tangible evidence rather than using supposition, bias, and gut feel. Scientific recruitment, comprising definition, search, and selection, using defined characteristics of the person required, is the most efficient way and the most effective approach available. Timeless Time understands how to optimize recruitment. Let us help you implement the scientific method today.